100 bits.
Mate, it was lovely. Well, if you look at yesterday, this is why I called it off. There was no point staying on. Look at that. That's all we done.
Yeah.
We trickled up, and when you're trickling up like that, like I think we did have a wing back on, and it would have played out to be fair, right? Because our wing back was here. This had just missed. This was our wing back, but I didn't like it because this had already done the move, didn't it? But look,
Yeah.
this still would have played out because we were only
Well,
coming down to 2026. It still would have played out, but still, it was just risky because the 4 hour it closed bullish. But you didn't do anything, mate. It came up to that level, what I said, 2029, and then news and just fantastic. Obviously, you can imagine I'm over the moon because what have I been saying? I want gold to come back down.
yeah.
I don't want all-time highs, and that's what's happening. So I'm
Well, that's it,
over
mate.
the moon.
At this stage, I've been up the last 40 odd minutes, so I've been trying to do a top down.
Yeah, how have you gone on? Well, why don't you do our top down today?
Huh?
Why don't you
No,
do
no.
our?
No.
Well, you can just sort of compare it to what I've got, can't you?
Yeah.
And
That's
see.
it. So looking at this, it can come down further. It can here and come
Yeah.
back up, but it's I mean strength at the minute on the 4 hours. New gold
Yeah.
65 USD, so it's looking like it still wants to push a bit further down.
Yeah, well, we've got an hour close here, and it's breaking all the lows, but I probably wouldn't get in on that. I'd probably want to pull back to break the highs before coming down, but we'll see. Let's do a top down. Oh, right there. Not receiving enough video to maintain smooth. Why is that? Right there. I just want to make sure my OBS is alright. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome to the stream. Good to have you. Hopefully you can learn something today. Hopefully grab some pips as well. On Love Day, my woman calls it. She calls it
Oh, yeah.
Love Day.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it's Valentine's Day, yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day, Pete.
Happy Valentine's Day, Dad. I've got you a present.
Oh, yes.
Well, I spend more time with you than I do with my missus lately. So, right.
Didn't say it was Shrove Tuesday yet as well.
Was it? Shrub.
Pancake Day.
Oh, yeah. Pancake Day.
Shrove.
Shrub, yeah. Pancake Day. Yeah, we had some lovely pancakes last night. What do you have on your pancake?
Hey, I like sweet pancakes.
Yeah, well I do, but what do you put on? What's your favourite? I can't decide, mate. I have like one of different
Yeah.
out of three.
Like golden syrup. There's like lemon and sugar.
Lemon and
obviously the
sugar,
standard.
yeah. It's probably the best, I think. Lemon and sugar.
I like a chocolate.
Nutella.
Chocolate and, yeah.
Nutella,
peanut
yeah.
butter.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh.
With like a Reese's peanut butter pancake.
Ooh. Peanut butter? No.
Yeah, man.
No, I hate peanut butter.
Oh, do you? Oh.
Let me guess, do you like Marmite?
No.
Oh, right. Me
No, I hate.
neither. Ooh, I'm starving now. Right, let's do a top down quick because I want to see what this hour does. This next hour does. So, welcome to the stream. So every time we start our lives, we always do a top down analysis. Okay, and we're telling the story all the way from a higher time frame, from the monthly, all the way down, to give us an idea of what direction and what setups we're looking to take today. Okay. So we start off on the monthly time frame. Now the monthly is come down like exactly what I said it was going to do, to 1990 levels. Now remember what we want for this monthly. We want this monthly to close back in, right? It might not. What it might do here is, I do believe this monthly is going to close bearish, and the reason being is we had two candles close respecting this area, so this is now a prominent support at 2063. And candle can, well, it can, because it can start making new zones, but it's like a bouncing ball. It needs to bounce off the ceiling, and then it needs to bounce off a floor to reverse, and bounce off a ceiling, bounce off a floor. Yeah, but sometimes, yes, price can make new zones, so it could then go, okay, I'll bounce reverse there, come back up, and it can make new zones, so now you've got a new ceiling here, right? And they're the things you can get caught out. It's something we can't preempt, a bit like fake outs, really, right? However, this weekly needed to come down, and we need candle closes at 1990. Now, it's whether this candle is going to close down here like that, or is this going to pull back and close small bearish, and then the next one comes down and close like that. So basically, are we going to trickle down? That's what I call it, trickling. It means there's loads of candles coming down instead of one big one. Okay. Now, the issue we've got now is this was our weekly target and our monthly target at 1990. So what does that mean then? That means now we've got to be careful, because you've hit the target now. So this monthly, taking sells below here, because we're not in this range below, it's going to be a bit tricky, because at any point this monthly can pull back, close respecting at 1991. Okay. So we do have to be very careful. Next month be fantastic if we can get that close below like that. Great. We know we're coming down to 1842 levels, 48 levels, which I'll be over the moon with, because it's a really nice clean range. But at the minute, the monthly's actually hit its target for the month, and we've still got only halfway through the month. So what is this monthly going to do now? We don't know. It could carry on going down. Could do. But we've got to understand we are still in this range until the end of the month. We haven't broke out, and remember what we do? We don't think, we act upon what we see. And what do we see? We haven't broke out of this range yet, because we haven't had a closure below. I'm not saying it's not going to power down there, but I'm saying we haven't had a closure below there yet. Okay, so we've got to be very careful on the monthly. It's also tapped exactly where I said it would tap. 2063. Yeah, I said the weekly will come back and likely tap 2063. And if you watch back the streams from the week, or even last week, I've been constantly saying this, that the monthly is likely going to come up to here to test the previous support and then flip to the downside. It's now done that. Okay, so really this candle shouldn't be flipping back up, I wouldn't think, if it's going to close bearish, unless we get something like this close in, but I just can't see it really. If anything, we'll reverse from here, and we'll start making our way back up if we want to make all-time highs again. Okay, so that's the monthly. Weekly. Now the weekly was the only thing what was putting us off, because the weekly had closed bullish, right? Closed respecting. And then we had a bearish close, but we didn't break the lows. So we didn't know if this candle was going to flip to the upside, because you've actually got another support right here. This weekly it tested it, created a bottom wick for this, so we didn't actually know if this weekly was going to flip to the upside and actually end like that, back in here, which it could still do that. Could still do that, believe it or not, right? Now, I don't think it will though. I think it's going to close below 2017, which is fantastic to us, because the next range at that point is down in 1938. Okay. Now again, this is one of them things where we actually haven't broke out on the weekly. We haven't broke out on the weekly. Everything's lining up lovely for really clean ranges. Until we get a break below here, we're currently still in this minor range here. So at any point, it means this weekly can pull back and close respected. Now it's whether we're going to do that or not. The lower time frames will tell us, but on the weekly we're still in this zone. Okay, so just be aware that at any point the weekly can push back up. So again, we've got to be careful. Now, what I would say now, if we are looking at buys, we're probably looking at buys to 2017. That's it. So that's our daily for buys. And why am I saying that? I'm saying that because let's say worst case the weekly closes down here. and we've got a buy, the next weekly is likely to pull back anyway and test this support anyway, in order to then flip and drive to the downside. So we shouldn't really be breaking above that unless this weekly is going to pull back. Okay, so that would be our target for buys. Beyond there, I'd just be careful, because we just could be coming back to close respecting. We don't know yet, we'll have to see. So 2017, this would be our target for sells today, but we've got to be careful, because we know we can just pull back. What else have we got? Because we technically haven't broke out yet. Let's have a look at the daily. So daily heavily bearish, lovely closure that, like, really nice. So where's this daily close? So we need to try and identify where the daily's close and how far we come down. So you've got another level here, which we've closed respecting. So this is what we're saying. We close respecting, and then we come back up to 2041. So where have we come from? So we've come from 2070 levels. So are we maybe this one instead? Close respecting, we mess about. This is 2070. That's, why does that say 2070 there? It's not 2070. 2060, 64, sorry. So 2064. Or are we going to power straight through? So what is this daily going to do? Is it going to power straight through, which it can do, and come down to 1956? Or are we going to, because we've closed respecting this minor support here, are we going to come back up? And if we come back up, where are we coming back up to? This is the thing when you haven't got much data to go off. So we got another close here, and then this one ended up bullish. What is this here? So could we potentially take a wing back here if we do come back up to this area? Close respecting. Potential wing back. Close respecting. Back up. Back down. So that could be potential wing back area. Let's have a look what other day we've got. Yeah, that's that is the range, isn't it? So I don't actually think this is valid. I think if anything it's more like that we should be coming down to on the daily. So if that's the case, if we can get a top wick tapping 2006 level, we can potentially take a wing back sells from that area, or we can sell down to 1982. This is probably going to be our target today, 1981. Reason being is, if you look, even when you come up test the area, you come back down 1981 and then you pull back. But if you look at here, you tap 1981, you pull back, tap 1981, you pull back, everything pulls back until you break out. We haven't broke out yet, and we need a top wick as well off the daily. So this would be our target down. It might be free falling to there, so I'm just thinking whether we can just take sells off a lower time frame. This would probably be our target now for the, that's our range today really, guys, because the daily shouldn't be coming back above here 2006, but we have got a potential wing back sellers from around that area. So let's have a look at lower time frame. So we should be heading to 1981 off the daily. Okay. We've got no top wick on the 4 hour. We're breaking the lows on the 4 hour. Let's have a look at previous date on the 4s. You tend to drive straight through by the looks of it. Sort this on. Yeah, there's no ranges on the 4. So we've got this little area here. So what's this? We've closed heavily bearish, and then we pull back to 1992, and then we come through. So does that mean, again, we come down, we close 1981, we pull back to 1992, potential second entry at 1997 if we don't tap 1981. So close, back up. Can you hear Winston snoring? Okay guys, so yeah, this could probably work, but we sort of need a forward closure down in 1987. If we do, then this wing back sell could be on, but if not, we could pop back up to 1998 and take a wing back sell there, but we need a bearish close. So we've got potential wing back sells. Now breakouts, everything's bloody bearish. No bottom wick on this hour. We're gonna have to wait for this hour, because this hour I wouldn't even have gotten on this hour because there's no bottom wick and we haven't broke any highs. So we need to see if there's enough liquidity to get down to 1981. Because if you think about it, none of these have broke any highs. I'm not saying that it won't go. It could still go, but none of these have broke any highs. So do we need to come back up? Is this going to close bullish? Let's have a look at. So there's the hour range there. So let's mark that up. So this is the 4-hour range, okay, 1987. This is an hour range. So let's have a look. When you get an hour close below 1991.47, what happens to price? Good morning, Kyrie, mate. What happens to price below 1991? Okay, oh my god, straight through. Boom. Hour close, and you come through to tap 1987. Okay, are we going to tap 1987 and come back up? Straight through, back. Hour close, straight through, all the way through to 1981. We tap 1987, then we pull back to 1993. So that means this hour should flip bullish, and we potentially take wing back sells from 1992. That would work nicely. That's if we don't tap. Let's put these levels like that. If we don't tap 1982. Okay, look, here's another one. So the hour closes, no bottom wick, and then we start coming back up, 1992, and then we do the move through, straight through. So we can either bomb straight through, guys. And if it's going to do it, it's going to do it with these two candles, or we've hit an area now where you can reject from and come back. I think this is quite a nice zone, this 1993 level. It's you never drive through it. You never drive through it unless you tap 1982. What did this one do? This one actually tapped it. Closed bullish. So you'd have to get out if you had a bullish close. Why did that do that? Why did that come straight back up? Right. Is this coming to though? Are we going to carry on? This is the thing. Are we going to carry on? They do tend to tap and reject, to be honest with you. Let's have a look. If you power straight through or reject, you can power straight through there. We've got 10 minutes left for London. Look at this hour. What's this hour doing? No bottom wick, no top wick. So it's either we're going to reject from here or we're going to power through. So I'm just thinking, if we can get some 5-minute closures here, bullish, we potentially could buy up. It's a bit more risky though, because we are very bearish, but price tends to come back to 1992 after a close here. So if we can close respect in this area, price will probably want to come back to 1992 at least before coming back down. So if price can show us that you're struggling to reach down now to 1982, which is the target, yeah, if it's struggling, then we know price needs to come back, right? And it only needs to come back to here. Why does it only need to come back to here? Because remember what I said, is when you do a pullback and you don't break any highs, what you get, that's when you get this wave effect. Yeah, that's when you get the wave effect. It's when price, so let's say for example, price aggressively pushed up, broke all the highs, then it could just drop straight through. Okay, so if we can, we've got a number of options really. We could buy back up here, because if price comes back, you think you've broke all the lows now. You broke this low, you broke this low. We're very bearish. We broke out the bottom. Where's everyone's stops going to be? All the stops are going to be here. All the moolah is going to be there. Okay. So if it does come up, it's likely going to want to break these highs. So does that mean that we're going to get this second one? And if that's the case, the range coming up's fairly decent. It means stops to the downside would be better, because our target's only 1982. So, but what do we want to see then? We need to see, good morning LA, we need to see price struggling. We need to see bullish closes. So ideally what I want to see here, right, I need to identify a 5-minute range. Let's have a look, see if we can find a 5-minute range. Nice clean area. I can't wait till next week though. The markets are looking better, guys. You need to understand, especially if you're just starting out. Like January and February, it's like slow and sort of a bit tricky. So you trade and you might be trading less. So as it goes on though, you obviously you start catching a trade, because we haven't had many trades on stream lately. We've had a lot of non-trading days, but it's because of the markets. It's a market that will start picking up. So if we can get closures back below 1987. Oh, it's my birthday. Closures back above 1987. So 5-minute bullish close. And then we need to see price respecting. So if we get a something like that, maybe a doji candle, yeah, and then we get another 5 breaking the highs. We might not get this, so we might come straight back up, and then this wick breaks the lows. Then we could potentially pull back, buy stop above to come back up. That would probably give us enough info that we're going to start coming back up. I don't know if you can understand that. So bullish 5 close, bearish 5 close, respecting, doji respecting, bullish close, pulling away from the respected area, but with a break of the low. that then would start showing me that, okay, we need to come back up. And there's only one place to come back up to, and that's previous support of the hourly, which is 1991. There's nowhere else to go to. So it means you're likely going to tap 1991 at least. Okay, but that's only if we don't tap 1982 now. I can't really get in to come down at the minute. There's nothing showing me to get in. Even the hour, we wouldn't have got in off the hour because the hour had no bottom wick. So our rule is no bottom wick. You can't get in really because this one tends to close bullish. Tends to. Okay. The only thing we could probably do at the minute is if the 30-minute closes and we get a top wick, decent top wick, and get a sell stop on the break of the lows. So we've got a 30-minute close below here, pull back, tapping 1998, and then the 30 flips and drives through. So could we do that? 30 close, pull back, doesn't drive. So the 30 doesn't really look like it drives from there. 30, pull back. Potentially could. All the 30s, 30 fake. So if we can get a pullback off the next 30 in 6 minutes, if the 30 breaks below and this 30 pulls back, then we could potentially get a sell stop on to come down. That would be able to take partial, but you don't want the 30 pushing too much. There's some not nice areas like 30's pulling back. Because you remember on a higher time frame, price tends to reject from 1987, and then it tends to pull back to 1992, then it tends to come through to 1982. And it would make sense because for this to drive, we haven't broken any highs. So what does that mean? Is this going to be a fake out back up to the upside? What's the 4 doing? Because if you think about with the 4 as well, the 4 is actually bullish. We haven't closed on this 4 yet. We sort of need a bearish forward close and then top wick, pulling back to flip, to drive. We haven't had a 3 hour, we still haven't broke below this on the 3. The 2's bullish, no it's not, sorry. We actually closed bearish. So are we going to get a fake out on the 2? 1. 30 is in 4 minutes. Ooh, this is sucking me in this. No bottom wick on the 5. We've got a 5-minute close. So if we can see price respecting this area and not breaking the lows without driving up, okay, because it might just drive back up, and it gives us a chance to get in, we can probably take these buys back up, because technically, oh we couldn't because we had a breakout. I think we could have took a wing back buy from 1987. So we've got some volume. It's nice, but it's whether how far we're going to pull back. That's the question. Also, what we can do is, if price does start pulling back up, yeah, at any point, if it pulls to at least 1990, we can just then turn this into a sells below. So for 5-minute closes below, you're likely going to drive straight through at that point. So you could just take either a 15 or a 5 breakout. Now, because it's coming back down to test the lows, isn't it? So at that point, it's probably going to want to make a steeper bottom wick. Oh shit. Got no bottom wick on this 5. What's this 5 gonna do? What is this 5 gonna do? Look at this hour. Is this hour gonna close bullish? So if this hour closes bullish, what does that mean? Is it closed? Has it closed? Oh, look at this. Look at this. Does that mean we're respecting this at that point? It's not quite on it, is it? So what does that mean? Tap. Well, bless you, Dan. Bless you. See, we've closed like that, really. This is the one what's pretty similar, really. Oh, we're even higher up. Because of news, we're seeing new patterns, so our price has sort of done this, dropped through the floor, and then it's messed about like that, and then it's went, and that's what we're seeing. That's what we're seeing, and because it's news, we haven't got any previous data what we can copy off. So it literally comes down to our knowledge of how price moves, and we know it's probably gonna have to break the highs in order to drive down, in my opinion. But what highs? Is it gonna come back to 1997, or is it gonna come back to 1992, or are we gonna tap our target in 1982? What's the 5s flipped? Oh, wait there. Okay, so we've got two candles now. Still respecting this area. If we can get some sort of doji close, yeah, and then we get a bullish close, breaking the highs. What then we could look to do is on the new 5 pull back, we look for a wick entry to buy, to flip, to come back up. Okay. Like I say, it's risky, yeah, but we know that price can reverse from here. Because you would have probably took a wing back buy from here, really, if you were bullish. Because we're very, very bearish. So it's whether you're going to just drive through. If it drives through, guys, I can't really do anything, because I should have been on earlier. I might have to start getting on the charts earlier here. You wouldn't even have got in, because you've had no bottom wick on them. Ooh, here we go. Straight through. Oh, God. He's the 4 more. Who's in? Someone will be in. Now, if you get a 5 close below here, let's have a look what price does. Because if 100% of the time you drive through at 1984, then it looks like we're going to drive through. Morning, Paolo. So 5 close, and then it comes back up. Comes back up to 1989. But this one drives straight through. So are you going to drive straight through? have you tapped this little area here? Because if we get a 5 close, price might need to come and tap 1985.65. Five close. See, it doesn't drive on the 5 really. Can come through, but yeah, I don't like these 5s, guys. 5 guys. 5 close, you can come back and then through. I mean, you could drive straight through. You could come straight to 1985, really. But I would. We need a top wick here. It's a bit like yesterday. I mean, look at this 5 now. Look what it's doing. Broke all the lows now. Fantastic. See if this 5 can close respecting. This is exactly what we want to see. Close respecting again here. So if we can just get, I would prefer a bullish close. What's this 5 doing? What's this 5 gonna do? The 15 had no top wick. I'd probably have a buy stop on the other side of this 15. Probably going to come through here. Let's see. So we've had a 5 close now. See if we can get a 5 breaking the highs, close, break the highs, but not drive. And then if we get a bottom wick, we potentially can get either a buy stop on from there. I sort of need a 15-minute close. This will be the first 15-minute to close. Let's have a look at the 15s. Close, or do we take a wing back sell from 1988? Because it is a bit dodgy taking buys up. I know we sort of need a pullback, but because we're so bullish, bearish, sorry. So you got a bullish close here, and then the next 15 drove through. You got some bullish closes here, respecting this area on the 15, and you only came up to 1988.7. Who's ready for Christmas? Oh, the 5's flipping. Yeah. 15's flipped. See what this 5 does. Oh look, we've already tapped it. 1988, already tapped it. Morning moving average. 1988. Yeah, well, that's it, mate. We know we're probably going to get a pullback to 1992. So price can just keep respecting this area. I need a 15 close. I need a 15 bullish close. Because we're very bearish. So it is a bit dangerous taking but see how we've now got 4 candles still struggle to break the lows. We've already tapped this area. If we hadn't have tapped this area, we could have been in buys now, because you know you're probably going to pull back to 1988. But now that you've already tapped it, please don't go. Please don't go. Don't go. This hour. Is this hour going to flip bullish? That's the thing. Don't go. 2 5-minute candles for this 15. So if this 5 can close above, and then a new 5 comes down, gives a bottom weight, we can potentially get a buy stop on. That would be the 15 pulling back, and then if it does come back, it's going to want to create a steeper top wick. Or if this 15 can close bullish and we get a bottom wick on the next 15, just got to be careful, because there was an area where the 15 powers through. Are we going to come back up here? Tap 1981. Do we need to break the lows again? If we need to break the lows again, we would probably... It's just whether you're going to drive back down. That's the thing. Please don't go. Okay, there's the 5 close. Lovely close. Okay, let's see if we can get a bottom wick here. We need a 15 bullish close. I'm going to wait for this 15, guys. Potentially could have got buy stops off this 5, but this could just be a fake out on the 5 to come back down. He broke back above now. But I think if we wait for the 15 close, depending on how the 15 opens up. Now if the 15 can push down first, or do we just wait for the hour? Might just be best waiting here. Is this the forward close now, is it? Hour hasn't broke. sucking us in. I think I'm going to wait, guys. I think I'm going to wait to come back up. I think I need to come up to 1989 and then we could take sells below 1987. Or we get that wing back from 1992. I don't know whether I'm going to buy up. Things have to print perfect for me to buy up. I know we sort of should get a pullback. I mean, the 4's technically still bullish. Wait there. So if the 4's still bullish, then you should. Got a 5 flip now. See how this 15 closes. If this 15 closes bullish and we get a bottom wick, we can potentially get buy stops on the other side to come up. Just because the 4-hour is still bullish. Or if we can come back to 1987, we can potentially take a wing back buy back up from there. See what this 15 does. If this 15 gives us a bottom wick, might take a wick entry as in a wing back buy. But this could just power back up now, guys. Don't go. Please don't go. Please don't go. Okay, 15's closing and 30's. Look at that. Typical. Because this would be the 4 pulling back, wouldn't it? 19 pips. See if we can get a bottom wick for the next candle. And we got a bottom wick. New 15 now. Oh, no bottom wick. Slow down. To wait. It's not a duck. That's what you're thinking about. Come on, bottom wick. So you're tapping a minor level here. 1989. 15's close. No bottom wick. Look at this hour. Is this hour going to close bullish? Wow. Does that mean is the 4 going to flip to the upside? Is this just a fake? If we can get a bottom wick to here, we can potentially get a buy stop on the other end. I can't really see this candle flipping and driving. I think if anything you're probably going to come back down to break, not even break the lows but test the lows to come back up. So if we can get that, that would actually be better. Because what's this? This is a 30 closing in 15 minutes. Pips. guys, just it's miserable out there, like. Winston. Such a dickhead, isn't he? Pull him back. So is this the liquidity grab in order to get through to this next level? Now, if is this hour going to flip back up to the upside? Might be worth just waiting for this hour, guys. See what this hour's going to do. There's 11 minutes left of it. Because if this hour closes bearish, it means the next hours should come and give a wick fill. But are we going to pull back to 1991 before doing that? How are we going to fake out back in off this hour? That's a question. Minute bearish. I think we're best off waiting for this hour, guys, to see what this does. Because if this closes doji, then we are likely coming back up. So the next hour should end up bullish, and then if we get a bottom wick, we could potentially look for wing back buys from 1987 if this closes doji or bullish, because you're then bullish then. But if we don't and we close bearish, then we're looking at wing back sells from these areas. I mean, what's this 15 doing? It's a new hour. So what's the new hour going to do? Does the new hour need to come and give us a top wick? If that's the case, that's the reason I haven't got a buy stop on this 15. It could drive now, but I need a pull back. And then if we get this hour bullish close, the new hour might do something like open. It doesn't need much of a bottom wick, but drive straight back up. But this is the thing, what's tricky is the hour zone. I don't think it's close respecting, it's just closing hovering in the middle of a range. What's this here? How's it come off this one? No, see, it's broke through that. So it's broke the lows. This is the thing, it's currently hovering. It needs to fill the range at 1987. So this is probably not on for me. So is this just the pullback? Let's see what this hour does in 7 minutes, guys. We can't do anything till this hour closes, okay? So go and get yourself a brew. We've got 7 minutes to wait. The previous candle's got no top wick, so it's telling you that you're potentially going to close bullish. That's what tends to happen, remember. Yeah, we nearly had some wing back buys back on here, which I bet you everyone thought was crazy, looking at buys coming back up. but we know how price works. You're likely going to have to break these highs if you want to reach 1982. So that's why we were looking to buy up. But I just wanted a bit more of a steeper bottom wick on this 15. If this 15 in came and tapped 1987, we'd have a buy stop on now coming up. Oh, look at it now. Look at it. I'm gonna go make a cup of tea, I think, guys. I'm gonna make a cup of tea. Be back in a couple of minutes. What's this how we're doing? What is going on? Okay, see the importance of waiting, guys. Yeah? Remember what I said with the 15? I wanted a steeper bottom wick. That's why we didn't get the buy stops on. Yeah, look what's happened. That would have activated, yeah? And now flip to the downside. I'm not saying it's going to drive down, but the hour's going to close bullish. Bearish. In 1 minute. So, if the new hour can just pull back for us to 1993, it might even just come to 1991. Let's have a look. Is anybody in on anything yet today? Morning, Krish. Morning, mate. Bye. Morning, Vin. 15 pips of soap now. Yeah, well done. Well done, MA. Nice, nice. Because if you get a 15 close like, or 5 close like this, you're then likely going to come back down to test the lows, unless you're creating. I'm just thinking with the hour, because the hours are. You do come through this range, but you do tend to pop back out as well. We need to break below this. Got tapped out. Hey, it's still a win though, Vin, wasn't it? I was in sells but went to break even too early and got tapped. Still a win, mate, because you stuck to your rules. The thing is though, the day you don't move your stop loss to break even is the day you get stopped out fully. Yeah, so you just got to follow the rules. Okay, we've had an hour close now, guys. Right. Now, this is a bit of a tricky one because we've got a bearish close. We haven't broken any highs yet. And looking at it's closed, respecting, there's a minor support at 1988.44, which is close respecting. So, what does that mean? Well, you can either you close respecting here, you close respecting, but we've closed bearish. So if we can get a top wick, we can potentially take wing back sells from 1991. If we can get a top wick, close respecting, and then the new hourly candle comes down to 1987, comes back up to 1992. So do we take wing back sells from 1991? Because this one shows us that when you close respecting this, you pull back and then you flip. So is that enough, 1991, or do we really need to break the highs to come down? To be honest, 1992 is not even breaking the highs either, so we need to see where price closes respecting 1988.44. So we need to look for hourly candles where you've closed respecting. So all of them come through. Close respecting, you came back up to 1992. Yeah, so we're looking at wing back sells from 1992. Really? Oh, look, here's another one what's done it again. Or 1991. 1991 is a nice area as well. And that's previous support off the hourly, so we could potentially just take that. Hourly close, pull back. But also, if we get that pull back, we potentially could get sell stops underneath. Because if the hourly flips, we've got to pull back to at least there, 1990.34. Got to pull back to at least that before I can take a sell stop up below. Right. Yeah, looks like this is on 1993. Even if you want to drive up, you tend to tap it. Come back what is that? That's 12 pips. Okay. If we can get a top wick to 1990, then we've got potential sell stop underneath. The reason being is it doesn't close respecting this area that much, really. The majority of the time you sort of just come straight through. So we're probably going to get another tap down to 1987, I would think. So this hour is likely going to tap 1987, even if it closes bullish, right? Now what can happen as well, 1 hourly can come all the way to 1991, which is technically previous support. So look, we've had the breakout, we haven't tapped previous support yet. It's basically a break and retest, so break, retest, and then come. That's if we get that. Okay, but previous data is shown as that you tend to don't come to here, you tend to reach up to 1992. However, this data here, what we're seeing, is fairly new because it's news what's created this. So we're not seeing a similar pattern to this. But I'm trying to match up previous data with what we've got now, and that's the closest thing what I can see. You tend to come back up to 1992. So we've got wingback sells from 1992. Even if 1992 would be better, because let's say, for example, the hour closes bullish and then the new hour closes like that. That means you've broke above this area. Even if price wants to drive up, the new hour should pull back, test previous support, because this is now previous support, and then flip to come back up. So you'd be getting out at that point. Okay. So currently we've got wingback sells from 1992.97. Potential second entry in 1997. But something on a smaller time frame might show us that we can get in a bit earlier. So we've just got to see. I've got to watch on the lower time frame. Because what we might get here on a 15, we might just get, come out the bottom of Asia, back up, back down, test 1987, because the hourly tends to tap it. Could we buy up? Well, we couldn't really buy up because the hour's bearish, but we haven't closed bullish, so we'd need a bullish closure. So is this 15 going to flip then? And if it's going to flip, you've got 10 pips there. Is it actually going to flip to that? Top wick. No, I can't really take that. Tricky taking 15s below here as well, because what you might get as well is, because the hour's closed respecting, you needed a break. We needed a break below 1988 really to take sells down now, because what you might get, you might get a fake out on the 15 here. So you get a fake out on the 15 back in, and then you've got a double bottom, and it's technically market maker method to come back across to the side of Asia. So I need to see, what do we need to see? Because this 4 could pull back. It looks like the 4 is going to close bearish, so we know the daily should be coming to 1982. I would prefer sells. I would prefer sells. I need to tap this area before I can get any sells on here. Yorkshire tea. Is this 15 going to flip and drive? That's the question. The perfect scenario for us, right, is you got your consolidation before Asia, right? And then you get 1 hour candle breaks out with a bottom wick, right? It's got to have a bottom wick. So that's our bottom wick. And then the new this is perfect scenario. The new candle opens up, pulls back, breaks the highs with no bottom wick, and then you can get a sell stop underneath this hour, because you've now broke the high, you've now got liquidity where if this candle does flip, it can then flip and then drive. That is like the perfect sort of setup, really, because all that's doing is price is coming up to grab all these stops in order to drive down, right? But the reason why you don't take a wing back entry here is because you also can get your fake outs. Here, you come out one side and then you close back in the next, so you can get fake outs. That's why you need to wait for that pullback. You can't just enter a simple break. You've got to wait for the pullback, and that's the importance of waiting on pullbacks. I mean, look, we probably would have been in on this here if we didn't wait for that pullback. What's 5 doing? Please don't go. Now, if this hour, sorry, 30-minute, had pulled down first and tapped 1987, we would potentially have a buy stop on the other side if we didn't have a top wick. That's probably what we could have done. But because it's opened up and give us a top wick first, it could flip at any point to come down to create a bottom wick. I mean, it might not, but it could do. Baby, if you got to go away, I can take the pain. I wish I could play normal tunes on here. Oh, you'd love my tunes, guys.
Was that E17?
E17, yeah. Just to stay another day. I sing it to Gold all the time. Please don't go. There's another one. Please don't go. Don't go. Without myself, stop. I better stop singing because it might do me for copyright.
It might.
They won't know the difference with my voice.
That's it.
Oh yeah, he's playing music. He's playing music. Playing music. Is this 4 gonna? Because you remember the 4's still bullish. Is the 4 gonna flip to the upside? That's another thing. We need a bearish close for this wing back to be on as well, because this 4 could flip, and because it's got liquidity. It's whether the hour is gonna really make a flip and drive. I can't really see it. You're probably still gonna get a bottom wick anyway on the new 4, but a simple 4-hour break to the low like this, with a top wick, creating a steeper top wick for this, and then to the downside, but it might not come that far. That's the thing. Depending on the lower time frames, whether we enter at 1991. So if we get one big pushing candle, then maybe, yeah. Sitting on a dock of the bay, watching the tide. Oh, I'll get some tunes on there while we wait. The Dean is something else. I love the community at Atlanta. So many people smashing it. Jeez, Paolo. Much appreciated, mate. Glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, the Dean's very, very powerful. Very powerful. these are meant to be non-copyright tunes here, right? We will see. The 15 now. 15's going to close in 1 minute. So if the 15's closing bullish, what we might get then is a bottom wick of the next 15. Create a bottom wick for this 15 and then flip. Or that might come down to create that double bottom. And we'd look to be getting in there. If price does, this is where it's even tricky as well, taking sells below. Because remember I said, if price pushes up to these levels, at least 1991, that's the hourly tapping its previous support, then I'll take sells below here. Right, so you're probably wondering, why am I not willing to take sells if it comes back down now? Because you've had a break of the low now. Well, you take a sell below here, this is where you're going to get faked out, and that's where you're going to get that double bottom. Because if you know about market maker methods, what tends to happen, you get a double bottom, but one of them will be lower. They'll just push and grab people's stops. Yeah. So you've got to be careful taking breakouts here. If we pull back to here, that means we've got enough liquidity to then flip and then drive straight through. Because in order to get up here, it's probably going to do this double bottom to get up. Okay, so you want to watch this just play out. I've been caught out when I was first starting. Got caught out with that many a times. Oh look, we've reversed from here. I'll just wait for a break below here now. And then you get a 15-minute close below. And I was like, yep, in. New 15, fake out. And doesn't come back. Literally gone. Nice shit. Okay. I mean, what we can do as well, if we can come back down, and we can see if we do get a fake out here on the 15 and we close back in, we could simply just buy back up. Okay, and it'd be fairly straightforward. It will literally probably be off the 15-minute. So let's say, for example, I don't know, we get something like this coming down, and then we get a break to the low. The thing is though, with this break to the low, I might tap that 1985 level. Tap, close, and then you're back into this range then. And then what you're thinking then? Well, you're not just going to get a fake out, back in, and then straight back down. You're not going to get that. You're probably going to want to come back up to break these highs here. You're going to have to break these highs in order to drive down. Otherwise, this candle would have carried on driving. Yeah, so all we do there is when you come back in off this fake out, you identify the fake out, you get a bottom wick, because this will likely have a bottom wick, and we just get a buy stop on the other side. And our advantage point is we take partial move to break even around 1985. Yeah, because even if price doesn't want to break above, it's probably going to come and test that area to then come back down if it wants to start coming back down. So that's your advantage point. Then you might want to come through. Okay. So all the waiting we do, guys, it's not because we don't want to get in a trade or we're scared, or because some people, I get it all the time, people say you're a bit overcautious, you. So yeah, I am overcautious, but that's because I've been burnt that much in the past. I just got to the point where I was just sick of my own shit. Yeah, and that's why I have such a high win rate. Because I am overly cautious. That trade has to be perfect for me. Perfect. To enter. But on the downside, when you're overly cautious, you've got to get used to missing loads of great moves. This is where your FOMO can come in. I mean, Dan will know, he's been on probably every stream. The amount of moves we've missed where prices just absolutely bombed it and we've just watched it go. Yeah, happens all the time, but that's the thing. Would you rather watch price go where you think it was going to go from your analysis and not be in, or get in but not 100% sure and it doesn't play out? You'd be more pissed off. Do you know what I mean?
I thought you were going to say that I love FOMO, that I love jumping in when, when I see it.
Honestly, some people can't handle the FOMO. They're scared to miss the trade. They're scared to miss the trade. But if you're scared to miss the trade, what is your subconscious mind saying? What you're thinking about trading? What you're thinking about at that point? You're not thinking about protecting your capital. You're thinking about the money you can make. It's all about the money you can make. That's what you're thinking about. And I'm telling you now, that is the change. That is the change to the profitability stage. When you flip your mind to not from how much money can I make today to what I need to protect, it's just like a switch. But you know how you get to that stage? The only way to get that stage is by losing money. By losing money, and again you just get sick of your own shit. Because you're sick of losing, so you get hurt that much by losing. Because when you're trading, you're thinking about the money, so you lose, and you're like, shit, I'm losing. And then what it is, you lose that much. You're like, fucking hell, I put loads of money into this. Yeah, I need to start making it work. You get sick of your own shit, and then something switches in your brain where you sit down and go, right, I can't lose any more money here. So straight away you're starting to flip your mindset to, I can't lose any more money. I've lost too much. And then that's the tipping edge of starting to be profitable. I'm not saying you need to lose loads of money, but you need to understand when you take your losses, you need to get sick of losing. Yeah. Oh, look at the 15, didn't break the high. What's this? Is this a 30? No. They always got a top wick now, so if this drives, it drives, right? Because it might drive. You're getting a cow as well. Yeah. MA said it's like a sweep. You're right, mate, it is. Yeah. Because we know when you get a close below you on a lower time frame, you tend to tap 1985. And if you think about it now, this one didn't tap it. So if you do closing around these areas, right, you're probably going to tap this, which will break this low to come back up. If you're going to come back up. Now, if we can see price struggling around here, and then we get a fake out, and we don't tap this, this would automatically turn into what? So if we get this, let's say price comes down, and then we get a 15 close below, and then the new 15 closes back in, but doesn't tap. These have just got normal wicks and hasn't broke any of the lows. What are you then thinking then? You know previous day you tend to tap this before driving back up. So what would this turn into then at this point? Well, this could turn into a potential wing back buy. Because you know the next candle probably do, especially if it opens up with no top wick and pushes down first, breaks all the lows, and then this will be the one what initiates the move and flips and drives, and then you'll get that. So this would turn into a wing back buy, but you've got to see price struggle here, so fake outs back in. Yeah, but also you ideally want bullish closes on the higher time frames as well for wing backs. Okay, but we understand how price works, and with experience you know that you're probably going to have to come back up in order to break the lows. Because why haven't we broke the lows now? The reason we haven't broke the lows now, because why haven't we come straight through to 1982? That's what the daily does, comes straight through. But we're stalling. Why are we stalling? Why are we stalling? Because we've run out liquidity. You think none of these broke any highs? None of them. Okay, so in order to make it down here, there's two ways we can do it. We can do it by pulling back, not breaking any highs, but we're gonna. So when I say pull back, you've got to tap previous supports, right? So now this is a support. So you pull back to this support in order to push through to the next support. Let's say this is the next support. and then pull back, previous support, and then this give you enough fuel to push to the next support, and then pull back. That's one way to make it down there. Okay, if you don't break any highs, you're likely only going to push to the next support. Or if you come and break all the highs, you think there's loads of money here. The more money you've got, the more you can drive, right? That's basically fuel. If you get one big push up aggressively, break all the highs, now you could literally just come straight through. Obviously on the smaller time frame, you're still going to get your wave effect. Yeah, but you should come straight through. I hope you're learning something today, guys. That's the thing, man. If you don't catch trades, at least he's if he can take away one thing from every stream, it's only a matter of time before you take away enough. Just put a stop loss for around 20 to 25 pips and happy. It's controlled and gives wiggle room for trade. Yeah, mate. If that works for you, to be honest with you, when I'm trading by myself, I actually don't even place a stop loss because I just watch price. Because I mean, I only put a stop loss on the charts just for you guys, really. It's a fail safe, but it's rare we let our stops get hit, really. Morning, Sharif, mate. Learning loads. Class. Happy, mate. But yeah, I mean, if it works, this is what I'm saying. Like, if you're watching this stream as well, you don't actually have to trade how I trade. You know, you might take one thing away what can improve your trading. That's absolutely fine. That's just why I'll never say that I will never say trading strategy doesn't work. Because if it's working for someone, it obviously works. There's no set way to trade, really. You can trade any way you want on the markets. You've just got to find what works for you. I found what works for me. Two things that work. My strategy, what I trade, and, well, it's not really my strategy, the Dean indicator. The only two things what work for me, and I've tried everything. The only two things what work for me. Well, I say that, the OB. I started to become profitable with the OB strategy, but the thing what I found with OB strategy, and it's the same with sort of all the smart money concepts like market making and things like that, is what I couldn't get my head around is when all my boxes could get ticked and I could still lose the trade. So then when I was going back over my losing trades, I was like, how did I lose that? And I just put it down to Forex, that it's just Forex, you don't win them all. But I couldn't get my head around it, it done my head in, that I couldn't identify why I lost that trade, I just lost. Do you know what I mean? Where with this, the way I trade now, like the other day we took a small loss, yeah? Why did we take that small loss? We went over it, the 4 hour had closed respecting. We identified it later that it had closed respecting. It didn't break out. So now it reassures me that I just need to be a bit more all over my analysis, my top down. Really, I missed that 4 hour. That was my bad, and I went wrong. I've got no one else to blame, just me. Wait to see the new Nest, Dan. LEDs, spotlights, disco ball. Yeah, and it's going to be sat, you're not going to be able to see me. I'm going to have bloody yellow glasses on, glow in the dark glasses. Yeah, I'm going to spike me hair up. All I want to do is do it. Be cool, be cool, be cool, be cool, be cool. So look what's happened here on this 15. 15's come down. Create the bottom wick for this 15 and then flipped. Is it going to close bullish? I think the 4 hour is going to be interesting. We sort of just need a 4 hour close below. Once we get the 4 hour close, oh, do you know what? We actually need a 4 hour close below this. So there's a 4 hour support at 1990. Whereas if we don't get that forward close below, it means the next 4 can just come bullish. So, to be honest, that's not a bad thing really. Because if the 4 close is respecting, well, to be honest, this 4 just drove straight through. So the 4 is a tricky one. Come on, can we get a top wick? Yeah, I was pushing. Ooh, we're pushing here, guys. We're pushing. We sort of need a forward bearish close. This is the thing, right? Because you think if this hour comes up to this wing back area, which is now not on at the minute, right? If this hour comes up to this wing back area, what does that mean? What's the 4 going to look like then? It's going to look doji, isn't it? So if that hour closes up there, that means the new 4 can just open up and drive back up. Why can it drive back up instead of coming down for a bottom wick? Well, the reason being is because this 4 has now broke all the lows. So now there'll be enough liquidity. This one doesn't even need a bottom wick. It could just open up and drive up. So this is why it's so important to get this forward close, bearish close, and then this wing back will still be on. Or this one. But they'll still be on because you've technically had a forward close. So we really don't want this hour driving up. To be honest, we were close with a 5, weren't we? Try and identify as well where you start seeing price. So look, 5-minute bullish close, 5-minute bearish close respecting. 5-minute broke the lows. One candle will always break the lows before pushing back up. Close bullish, close respecting. Next one, next 5 broke the highs. Yeah, still hasn't broke the lows, still respecting. And 5 pulled back, testing the low, and then flipped and drove. Okay, so just identify. That's a sort of a typical format of what you get on a lower time frame when price starts to reverse. All you're trying to identify is price respecting a certain area. Okay, and then all you're waiting for is that one pop out candle and close respecting. That's the first sign, or the main sign of, okay, now we're starting to go. See, now it done this and then it initiated the push. Cool, eh? Cool. And look what's happened here as well. One pop down, broke the lows, and then initiate this push. It's one of them where we just watch price all day. 30 minutes for a close here on the 3. All the 3's, sorry, the 30's closed. If we can get a bottom wick, potentially get in. We haven't been able to get in after that 5 really, guys, because we haven't had much of a bottom wick. This one had already pushed up and then closed back below. Wasn't very nice. Would have played out in the end, I suppose. We haven't had a double bottom yet, though, have we? We haven't had another bottom. Are we going to get another tap to this level before coming up? If that's the case, that would be the 4. If the 4 opens up, if the 4, we need to find that area. Let's find this 4 area. Here it is here. So if the 4 can respect this, okay. To be honest, the new 4 means it could just open up and power up. But if we can, oh, that's probably what's going to happen here. The 4's likely going to just fly back up here. That means we're not going to be able to get in. Unless I need a bottom wick really. 5's broke above. Because it looks like the new 4, if we close respecting on the new 4, it looks like it just flies right back up. But we're going to miss the move. Unless we haven't tapped 1991 yet, have we? Come on. Okay, we need to come to 1991. Back up, 5 back up. They all come back up to 1991, apart from this one. Can we get a bottom wick maybe? To 1989. I prefer 1988. See if we can get a bottom wick to 1998. 1988, sorry. Oh, guys. It's really sucking us in now. 30. Back above. If we can get a bottom wick to 1988 off the new hour, we could potentially buy back up from there. But that's if the 4, the thing with the 4, if the 4 close respecting here, right, from previous data, what you can then get with the next 4 is it just opens up with no bottom wick and just goes like that. So we need a 4. So firstly we need the 4 to close, or we need to identify that the 4 is going to close respecting in this area, and we can take a smaller time frame, pull back. 4, 3, 2, 1. That's if the 4 is going to do that. We haven't even tapped 1985. Does the 4 need to come and tap 1985? So we're like here, it doesn't, only comes to 1987. Is that where we tap 1987? That means we're likely going to pull back to 1997 before coming back down. So this wing back wouldn't be on. It would be the one above 1997. It might take 8 hours to get up. Or would it? Because you only tap. Got another area there. This didn't even tap. So there's 2 areas where prices close respecting. 3 actually. 1 here, 1 there, but this one powered through. This one pull back, close bullish, tap 1995, and here where you close bullish, you close at 1993, and then you come up to all the way to 1997 before coming back down. So are we going to power through? That's the only previous data we've got really. So are we going to power through, or do we need to pull back to 1992 at least? We're likely going to need a pullback of the new 4. But then there's this one, forward close respecting, came up, but that's after tapping these lows at 1982. We haven't done that, so another one here. You tapped it, and then you drove back up. So do we need to come down in order to drive up? Because the ones what drove back up, we hadn't tapped it. We are bullish where we're bearish at the minute. So we're going to get this instead. New 4, open up, pull back, wick fill on the 4, straight down. We're probably likely going to get this, but we haven't. But this happened after we came back up to tap 2006. So does that mean we need to come and tap 2006 before coming down? Potentially. Let's see how this 4 closes. What's this 30 doing? Oh, look at this, guys. Morning, Jamie. Good to see you again, mate. Bullish on the 15. This is the thing here. If the 4 breaks below, then it's likely you're going to get a top wick and then flip to the downside to come down. Yeah, but if you close respecting, then you can either power through with the next 4, or you're going to power back up. But then there's times where you can power back up without tapping at least 1985, but mainly 1982. So are we going to pop down to tap these in order to power back up? But then there's times what show you that you have to come up to 2006 in order to power back down to 1982, and that's the daily target. So we're a bit all over the place at the minute with this 4. Because look at the daily, right? The daily should be coming down to oh yeah, the daily. So where the daily's closed respecting. Let me take this off so you can see this. This daily is actually closed respecting this area. However, when you close respecting they all come down to tap 1982. Right? But it's whether we're going to come straight down on this daily, or do we need to pull back up to 2010 levels before coming back down through. I think we're probably going to come straight down. Well, we're going to have a top wick first, this is the thing. 1982 is the target, but it's just whether we're going to get a top wick first, guys. And what it is, we can't just enter these stops are far too big. So it's all on this 4 really. If this 4 closes respecting, we're likely going to come back up, I would think. And then if that's the case, if this 4 closes respect, this wing back sell is not on, it'd be the next one, 1995, or be 1997. But we're looking for buys at that point. Then this wing back buy would be back on. But then you've had a 3-hour break, you've had a 2-hour break, fake out, 1 hour close back in. Yeah, because if this hour can close back in here, the new 4 opens up, pushes down, creates a bottom wick for this previous 1 hour, and then it flips. Is that something we're going to get? That's something we're going to get back up. If that's the case, we could take either a buy stop back above, or a wing back buy up. Might be a bit risky taking a wing back though, because it might just be coming down for another bottom wick. Okay. 5's close back. Or we just take another 5 back above here. If we get a 5 close back above 1989. We've got 15 minutes for the 4-hour close. We're gonna have to wait for this 4-hour. We should get some more volume. So it's another thing with candles is, depending on the size of the candle, depending on how big the volume's gonna be. So when you get a new candle open, yeah, that's when you'll get like a bit of a spike in volume. Okay, obviously if a 4-hour is bigger than a 5 minute, so you're going to get more volume on a 4 hour than you are on a 5 minute. This is where I avoid this is not the new 4 yet, is it? What is the 4 gonna do? We sort want price to stay around this area, and if we can pop down, back up. Chill out, chill out. Please don't go. Please don't go. Don't go. This is a fantastic little indicator, this, guys. This it's a currency strength. It just helps you when you can look at all the time frames. So currently USD is stronger, 60.8. Gold's pretty weak, 29.5, but going up. So it's getting stronger. That's what it's saying on the higher time frame. So you can just identify that if price is starting to change. You can see the arrows changed on the 15. That's telling us that the lower time frames are starting to change in strength. Okay, and what you normally get is the lower time frames will change first, and then the higher time frames will kick in. So as you can see, look, so USD going up, goals 56.6 now stronger. Therefore, price should be pushing up, which it is. It's a free indicator that as well from Relentless. Look at price go now. Like I said, please don't go. Please don't go. Look at price go. Oh my god. So if this 4, because if this 4 was going to flip, I sort of don't want it to flip. I want it to close bearish still, so we can get these wing back sells on, because the daily should come down, but it's whether you're going to pull back, man. Because the 4 was currently still in this range, above. You haven't had a breakout in the 4 yet. And this is the only thing I don't like this here. So when you're getting candles closed like this, can you come back down to 1991 on the 4? Because are we silly? If we close doji or bullish, guys, right, it means we're definitely gonna have to come back up. So it's be a case of a wing back buy from maybe 1991. That's if we close bullish, because this is sort of similar what we're seeing. These are 4-hour candles, believe it or not. Yeah, 4-hour candles. And if we close doji, you've had a big spike down. We come back down to 1991, maybe take wing back buys from there. But that's if we close bullish. See the importance of doing your top down, guys. I bet you loads of people were still selling here. Oh, we've had a breakout, we've had a breakout. Because we're probably likely going to come back above these highs. So it'll be a case of bottom wick, really. Get a bottom wick. Buy stop above. But how low is this bottom wick going to be? Oh, is this a fake out on the 1 hour? You know what I mean? Is this a fake out on the 1 hour for the 4 to come back down? Is that what this is? Be back in a second. Still bullish, aren't we? Bloody hell, we haven't half pumped. It's the same as the 3, so if you think about the 3 still above here. 2, is the 2 going to close back into the range? Just thinking if we can. Probably only need the lows. Whether we can get that bloody bottom wick. I want a bottom wick. Because this 4 is going to do. It can either flip, drive back up, or can drive down. It's like 50-50 what it's going to do, and get a wick fill on the 4. And the daily's telling us you're likely going to come down to 1982, but it's whether you're going to get a steeper top wick off the daily. That's the thing. Are we going to get this back down? Or are we going to get this 4 back up? Ready. If anything, this 1997 is the best thing here. Because you haven't tapped 1985 yet. Don't think we're going to drive. Why? We're not driving. We're probably going to have to break the highs again. I did say that. Even if we got in there, that's a target. Don't think it can get all the way down without breaking these highs at least one more time. Right. Because now you've got a 3-hour breakout. You're getting breakouts to the low, but is this going to be a fake out? On them time frames. 3, 1. 4 minutes for the close, guys. You little bugger, you. Little bugger. We don't want price to push now, that's the thing, because we need to use this as our advantage. I mean, if we get a 5-minute close above 1991, then we should be pushing to at least 1992. So could we just buy there? That's what we could do. It'd be 1992, wouldn't it? 5 back up. Oh, you do power up like. See how this 4 opens up, right? If this 4 can open up and push down first with no top wick, we can get a buy stop off on the other end, the other side of it. But if it opens up and pushes up, then we'd sort of take a 5 close above 1991. Because if you get a 5 close above this, there's nowhere else to go apart from 1992. That would be our risk free. This is the last 5 minutes of the 4, so if the 4 closes here, are you going to get a top wick? You're probably going to need a top wick. Even if you want to drive down, you're likely going to come and break these highs before driving down. Oh, but if you close here, it means you're closing respecting still on the hour. I need a bottom wick here really, guys. And I can't see it happening though. But I need to rule out this respecting. Because we know the hours can come back to 1992 and reject, because that's what we've seen on lower time frames. Let's have a look at the hour actually. Oh, you can also power through. So So are you just going to power through? Okay. Does have to come and tap 1993 or 1992. Okay. Stand by, guys, because we might be getting in for a buy up to at least 1992. All the hours tend to tap 1992. Even if you want to flip to the downside. So that's the case. We get a little bottom wick. New 4. Okay, stand by, guys. Okay, I'm going to get a buy stop the other side of this 5. Okay, so I've got a buy stop here. If we break this high, we should pump to 1992. This is our take partial. Right? Break partial, not to break even. Okay, now we might come back down though for another bottom wick. But if the 4, if we can catch the 4, if the 4 is going to drive up, it shouldn't give us much of a top. Basically, if we push past this high, we're likely going to drive up to 1992. Right, but I would prefer coming back down for a bottom wick. Because the new 4's opened up now, and we're actually bearish on the 4. Okay, but we haven't filled the range yet. We haven't filled the range at 1989. So we haven't actually... So we've closed this. It's actually going to be here. A new 4. So the next 4 can actually fill the range. Because we haven't filled the range on the 4. Do you know what? We have not filled the range. So whether we're going to pop up first. So if that's the case, do we take a wing back sell back down? I'm trying to see where the 4s have closed in and around this area. The new 4's powered back up. Broke below, you come back. Are you going to pull back? You technically had a breakout. I'm going to have to have a look at this again, to be honest. I would think the 4's going to have to break these highs in order to drive down. That's why we've got this on. Okay. So we're likely going to have to break these highs, but I am going to go risk free here because this is an area where the 4 can tap and then the 4 flips. Okay. I've just been activated with spread. So we've got buys on this. Where am I at? So it's whether the 4, my stops, guys, are actually below the target. Our daily target, that's where our stops are. So if we've caught this 4 we're driving back up, we should actually get some flies if possible. But unfortunately, we've got to go risk free at 1992 because that's where the 4 can reject from. I think it's about 10 pips. 10, yeah. So now bear in mind though, we can actually come back to 1989 before coming up. Okay, so it means we might come back down. But I'm trying to catch this 4. If the 4 is going to drive. So this 4, even when you want to drive down, you don't drive that much. But this 4 comes and fills the range at 1989. But also it pulls back to this area, which would be our potential wing back sell, which is now our take risk free zone. So even if the 4 wants to flip to the downside, it should pull back to 1992. What else have we got? Close and respect, and where's the areas at? Close respect. Here's another one here. So this 4 didn't actually drive, was unable to drive, and the top wick comes actually as far as 1997. So I do believe we need to have a top wick, but this is what I'm trying to catch. This is the closest thing to what we've closed at. The 4's just bombed straight back up. Same as here, bombed straight back up. And looking at the date we've got, we're probably looking that we know we need to break these highs to drive down. Otherwise, why didn't this carry on driving? So two things can happen here. The 4 can push down further and close. Was it this one? I think it was the top one. Yeah, so the 4, this 4, we could get another bearish 4-hour close, which closes like that with a bottom wick, and then you start coming back up. But even to do that, this 4 really should have a top wick to at least 1992, but I imagine this would probably break the highs. Okay, so that but it just means we might go into drawdown. Okay, but stops it in a good place really. We're probably going to have to break these highs in order to come down. I think it's just one of them. Okay. Any questions? Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Actually, no, this could be potential another entry. Get rid of this. Just a case of when we come back up, really. Now, if we do push past, we might reject from around these levels and come back down to then drive. We might, but I'm hoping we can just power straight through here. Why do you think we could power straight through? Well, because we've broke all the lows, so now we could come straight the other side, and that's what I'm hoping for. We can come straight up to 1995 levels. So our target really, is only 1997. That's my target. I mean, sort of signals are that. Stop loss. TP1 is 1992.67, 1992.67. TP2 is Can this 4 push create a steeper top wick? That is the question. That is the question. The 1 hour, remember the 1 hour, so here's the thing. The 4 is actually broke to the low. It's broke out to the low, okay? The 1 hour is still respecting this. So this is like a counter trend trade, this. So it is riskier, okay? But we're going off on our understanding of price action. We know we're probably going to have to break these highs in order to drive further down to our target in 1981. And the 4s show that you can just bomb straight back up. So that's what we're going off, really. Now, our sign to get out, really, where would our sign to get out be? Probably an hour break below 1989. But here's the thing with this trade. Because it is like a breakout, yeah? Well, it's not even a breakout. Because we're using stops, it's not really a wing back. So it means you're going to have less chance to get out of the trade. So it'll be a case of taking a small loss if you're looking to take a loss from this, okay? So what do we want to see then? Ideally, all we want to see is a 5-minute close above 1991. That's all we want to see. If we start breaking below 1989, we'll start managing risk. But we know the 4 can actually close down here, and then the next 4 does it. So this is sort of a longer term trade, really, as in it might take a while to play out. I'm hoping it doesn't, hoping just flips straight to the upside, but you just never know. 3, 2, 1. Let me have a look at this 3 though, guys, because I didn't actually look at this 3, did I? So the 3's closed here, and then we pull back still. So the 3 breaks below and comes back to tap 1989. Okay, so one to be aware of, we might come back down to tap 1989. So understand you can get drawdown, yeah? I'm thinking, can we get a second entry at 1989? Might be risky taking a second entry, but even if this closes like this, a new one comes back up and taps it again. No top wick on this 5. I'm pushing down. That's all I've got, isn't it? So I wanted this 15 to do it. Let's see how this 5 closes here. Can this 5 flip to the upside? Break the lows and then flip. Because the 1's at a top wick, hasn't it? Yeah, the 1's at a top wick. Is this going to pull back to 1989? Let's have a look. Back up, broke the highs, come back down to 1989. So this is probably what we're looking at here. This is what I'm saying, it might take. So we've actually closed down here on the hour, yeah, and then we had a bullish close, still respecting. The new hour's opened up, broke the highs, which it's done, and tagged us in. And then this hour actually closes bearish, okay, and then it starts coming back up. So knowing this, it means we might get a bearish close, and that might take a couple of hours to come back up. So I'm just thinking, can we take another entry at 1989? Come back up, and that'd be the trade, really. Interesting. I think we can, guys. I think we can. The only thing I don't like is the 4. The 4's closed bearish, and then the 4 really needs to fill the range at 1989. Does that mean you're going to get a bearish close at 1989? Do we wait? It's a 4, I don't like. The 4 probably needs a top wick here, though. Or is that the liquidity to come back down? Can this 5 flip to the upside? 1989. For us to drive down, do we need to do that? Guys, if you don't like the trade, you're probably going to get a top wick with the next 5, and that's probably going to come and create a top wick for this 5, so you can probably get out of break even at that point if you don't like it. Okay. Remember, these are my trades when I'm taking. This is why unfortunately, I don't sort of feel bad if I take a loss, because it's me. I'm taking the loss. Do you know what I mean? If you want to, use the guys who click the button for yourselves. The 5's come back to. Do we take a wing back from 1988? So we're like this, aren't we? We're like this. We've been to the lows, we've come back up, and the 5s have dropped back down to 1989 areas, and then we've started to come back up. So do we take another trade here at 1989? The forward flippage. No bottom wick on this 5. No top wick on this 5 either. That's nice. If this can pop down now, I'll be taking a second entry at 1899. Sorry, 1989. What's this? 15. No bottom wick, no top wick. Nice. Come on, pop. So stand by for another entry at 1989. Same stops. Come on, poppage. Poppage. Can we pop? So what is that? 30, 15 minutes left. The 1 hour is pulling back. Still got 45 minutes left. 2 hour. All respecting. This is the only thing I don't like. All respecting at the minute. Come on, 5. Pop down. Don't create us that top wick yet. If it creates a top wick, this is probably not on. Okay. Thinking, do we need a steeper bottom wick on the 1 hour? We've got 12 minutes for a 30-minute close, right? So, if this 30 can tap, do we need to come and break the lows again, the new 30? Or are we going to reject from there? Is this definitely a zone for the 30? Let me just have a look at the zone. Came up, back down, back up, okay. Down, back up, back down, back up. 30s do look nice. But you might come all the way back too. Come on, the 5. Get down. What's this difference? 17. Come on. We've tested previous support. I would prefer this as a wing back, but it's whether you're going to get to that. Because all we'll do is, if we can tap this without this candle flipping, we'll take the profit from here to here and close the other one at break even if you wanted to, or you could just hold. Up to you. It's a good sign that you've got no top wicks on these. It means this 15's likely going to flip. Come on, the 5. So we've got a 5 bearish close. This 5 can pop down first. Nice. The 15's closed respecting this minor support. And we're getting a bottom wick. We haven't had a top wick yet. So as long as we can show price still respecting this area, there's the flip up there, guys. As long as we can see price respecting this area. I really wanted that to pop down and grab us. This might not be on now. How's this 15 going to close? So if we can get a 15-minute close in 8 minutes, that means the 30's closing respecting. That means the next 30 could be the one what comes and drives up. That would be the hour flipping to the upside. That would be the 4 flipping back to the upside to create that top wick. In a way, guys, the more pullback we get, the more it can drive straight through. So I know obviously nobody likes drawdown, but just think of it as the more drawdown we get, the more you can really just power through that area. Okay. Got a top wick now. Got no bottom wick on this 5. I don't quite get why it's reversed there, because here, look at this. Could be any of these. Yeah, okay. Look at that, bang on. Bang on. Okay, that's a good sign. Would this initiate the move up? Let's see. This, if we get a 5 close like this, it's a lovely 5 close. This. I'm just gonna grab a bottle of water, guys. Remember to go risk free if it goes up there. It's the 4 flipping. It's a lovely 5 close there. Okay. Nice 5. That means the 15's flipped, doesn't it? So there's still another 5 minutes left of this 15. Can this 15 come and can we get a closure above? We need a 15 closure above 1991, basically. That would be perfect for us. If it doesn't, it means we're likely going to create new lows. So we've had a lovely 5 close, nice bullish 5 close. Can this 5, if we get a 5 close above here, that's the 15 basically closing above. Okay, we should be good to go at that point. The 30 minutes going to close as well. Oh, okay. Because what we would really want to start seeing, guys, because at the minute we haven't had any higher time frame breaks above this resistance. So everything's still respecting it. So therefore, technically, we should be coming back down, right? But we know we need to break these highs to come down and break all the lows. But what I'm saying is, we might respect here. Means we might get a pullback. Not break the lows again because we haven't got enough liquidity, then come up, and that might be the move. Okay, that's what I'm saying. It might be a longer time trade. So we just need a close above here, really, on a 5. I mean, what you could do, a 5 close. I mean, around the break even. Oh God. Let's have a look at price on the 5, see what happens. It's whether this 4 flips and drives. If it flips and drives, we could get some really nice flies all the way up. So what we're seeing on the 5. Five's flipping back to the downside. The previous 5's got no bottom wick, so this might just be a pullback in order to drive further down. So this is sort of what we're seeing. This we're struggling to break. We probably need to come back to 1989 really before coming up. Might just trickle up as well, guys. That's the thing. What time are we on? 10:30. It's getting later and later. Ooh. Getting later and later, these entries. So if that's the case, would this be back on? Could we come back down to 1989? So how's this 30 closing then? What's the 30 done? Okay, so if the 30 closes respecting, the new 30 will probably give us a bottom wick. Shouldn't really break the lows and then flip bullish. It's not a bad 30 close, but the only issue it is, this 30 is still respecting this. Remember what we're going to see. We're going to see price respecting before coming down, but then you'll get one pop out to come down. That's why we really got to take, we've got to go risk free there. If the hour, here's the thing, if the hour, the 4 can still, it could happen on the next 4, that's the thing. It could happen on the next 4. The 4 could close bearish and then the next 4 comes up, creates a highs. But if this hour closes bearish and we get a top wick and we get to break even, I'd probably look to get out, because that means the 4, you're going to have to wait another 4 hours, and then it might be another 2 hours for the next 4 to do its bottom wick and then flip to the upside. So you're waiting ages, absolutely ages. We've had a nice 30 close. You haven't broke back below the low yet. Let's mark this up and see what it's done. So can this 30 push and drive now? So we've closed respecting on the 30. The new 30 pushes it down to 1989, then flips and starts coming up. So are we going to get that on the new 30? So this 30, is this 30 going to push down to 1989? You've got another 30 close here where you push down only to 1990 and then flip and come back up. You've got another 30 here, but you broke back below. The 30 would be the case of getting out of break-even stage. Potential second entry in 1988, to be honest with you. 30 close, you can drive down. 30 close, back up. Yeah, you can drive through on the 30. Get up there. Go on, Dan, tell it. No bottom wick on this 15. Oh, come on, break. Eddie up and break all the eyes now. Get up there. No bottom wick on the 5. How is this hour going to close? We really need this hour to flip, guys, really. We want this hour to flip and drive a bit further. We need to break back in here on the higher time frames. I am interested in another entry at 1988 though. We're not driving up, that means we're going to have to come back down. Yeah, because our hour is closed like this, and then we got a bearish hour, right? And then we pull back to 1988 to come back up and through. So I am interested for a second entry at 1988. But it looks like this 5 is trying to break the highs. Oh, I'd really prefer to flip now and go. If this 5 can close above here, fantastic. Guys, get your take partials ready, man. If you want to take partial though, that is. I am going to go risk free. And I'm actually only going to probably take 50% because I want to see if I can drive on this. Do you know what? I'm not. I'm going to take just over that. Yeah, 50% I'll take. See if we can drive. Come on, 5 going to close above. We should be pushing up to 1993. Oh no, bloody top wick, man. Are you winding me up? Are you winding me up? Okay, no top wick on the 5. However, this 5's opened up and pulled back first. So therefore, one of these is likely going to have a top wick. So if this pulls back first, it means this one's likely going to flip and create a top wick. So, can we flip and create a top wick? We've got a 5 close above, which is nice. Let's just kind of flip. If you don't like it, guys, you round the break-even mark again, get out. Okay? Pure opened up and just opened up down here then, didn't it? Because what we want to see really is we want to see a 15 close above. If we get a 15 close above, that'll be the move getting initiated. This 15's got no bottom wick either, so this could just be coming out highs in order to come down. I do believe you're going to have a top wick here, so even if this 5 closes back into the range, the new 5 will likely come up and flip. So if the 5 closes back into the range, guys, right, what we'll do is when the new 5 comes up, we'll just close full. Once we create a top wick at 1991, right? If we close back in on the 5, we ideally want this 5 to flip. That's a nice push up though. We should be free to come up really. 1992. It's the next. There is some minor little areas here around 1992.31, but the majority of them come straight through. Come on the 5, can you flip? Can we flip on the 5?
Get up.
Get up there, sunshine. Get up there. If you get a 5 like this, you're respecting this area still, so the new 5 should just push. You're now in this range on the 5, you see. If this 5 closes like this, it's basically a nest play. Therefore, where should you be coming? Well, you should be coming to fill the range, shouldn't you? 1993.
Eat up.
Nice flip if this can flip and drive. Can it drive though? That's the question. Now you could move stops to safety now really, because this 5, if it's going to drive up, it shouldn't be coming back down. Yeah, it should just carry on driving. Can we get a 5? Ooh, look, top wick. Ooh, it's got a top wick now. So what is this 5 going to do now? There's a 1 minute 30 left on it.
Drive up. Please.
Now, if we're going off the higher time frame, really, they all tend to tap 1992. But just whether it comes back down into drawdown. Ugh. So our advantage point really to get out is gone now because you've got a top wick on that, right? But if this 5 closes respecting, technically you've had an S play on the 5, so the next 5 should close bullish. Remember, we need a 15 close above ideally. But again, guys, if you don't like it, get out. Yeah, because you have to break even.
I am out.
Are you out?
I am out. I'm lost. Itty bitty profit.
Yeah.
Itty bitty.
I just want this hour close. If this hour can break above here and close, I'll be over the moon. Tough at moon, lad. Five seconds. Okay, so the 5 is closing, respecting still, or is it? You broke the highs now, so you can come back down. So what's this for the 15 then? So the 15's got another 5 minutes. So let's see how this 15 closes. We just need a 15 closing above the high really, and for the next 15 to drive. That's the hour then confirming the flip. Should create a steeper top wick. So it's all on this 15-minute candle. If this 15-minute closes respecting, right, then, but if it closes respecting like at support, then the new 15 is likely going to come back down. But if it closes small bullish, then you're probably going to get a wick fill on that the next 15. So that'll be the hour closing bullish again. If we break the highs again, guys, I'm going to go risk free, okay? Get up there, sunshine. Get up there. Oh, no top weight, no top weight. Can this 3 flip and drive? That's it. That's it. Come on. If you get a push past this wick now, you should get a clean pop up to 1992. So a clean pump, I would think. Because you've come back down now. Actually, it does it twice here. Come back down. So if you can just get a test of this wick, you should get a nice pop to... You might even pop all the way to 1993. If you can get a nice pop through to that, that would be lovely. I think there were 3 or 1. No top work on the 1. What is the 1 doing? See if we can get a 5 close above again. Come on, push past the wick. Yeah, no top wick on that 1. Slightly broke the highs on the one again. It might be the 15, guys. We just need a 15, really. You get a 15 close above, you should just fly up. You don't even need a 15 close above here. You need a 15 close above this. Look at this one. And the new 15 pulls back and then flips, drives through. So this one doesn't actually quite make it. So as long as we can stay up on the 15 and stop dropping. Stop dropping.
4-hour flipped.
Yeah. Is it going to drive now? He broke the high as well. Oh. See, when you're not driving like that, you're not clearly driving, it means you're probably going to come down, break the lows now. So there's the 15 close. Oh, I don't like that 15 close. Let's see what this 15 is going to do. You might come back up. If you come back to break even, you could probably look to get out if you want to. You've still got the 30, still got the hour. The hour's closing in 15 minutes. All on this hour, really. It's what this hour's going to do. What is this hour going to do? New 15, can this push through? Can we push? Might be the new hour what pops up, guys. That's what I'm saying. It might be a longer time frame. You might need to wait for the 4-hour close or the 1-hour close in 15 minutes. Is anybody out of this? Do you get any profit, anyone? Because remember, we're going off the 4-hour here. The 4 should technically still break the highs. But it's just whether you're going to come down close respecting. Or whether the 4 is going to flip to the upside and actually drive back up. Get up there, 15! There she blows! Shimmer me timbers! Come on, Sunshine, get up there. Get up there. You got another chance to get out, guys. Right, I am... Right there. No, I'm not. 3. I am risk-free on this now.
I moved too early.
I've took partial. We're risk-free on this trade. Now let's see if we can avoid, if we get a 5 close up here, we can avoid the bottom wick. See if we can drive. We might not though, because we've took partial fairly quickly. And the reason why I've took partial fairly quickly, because we're not driving up. And when you don't drive up, it's a sign of, okay, why are we not driving up? Maybe because we haven't got the liquidity, we need to break the lows again. Okay. So not a huge profit, however, profit's profit. Come on, can we drive? So we basically got a wick fill. There's no bottom wick on this 15, so we might come back down to create a bottom wick for it, which might stop us out. But if we can avoid it, I mean the higher time frames really. You could just go for high time frame and you should be tapping 1992 really. Come on, get flipped. Ooh, am I gonna get stopped? I'm so close. I'm so close. I'm like 2 pips or something. Come on, flip. Spread is so close to me. Come on, flip one. Flip one. Go on, flip. 30 seconds flippage. No top wick on either of these 1 minutes. Oh, have we just survived? Have we just survived? Can this 1 minute flip? If this 1 minute flips and closes bullish, we should be good. Come on. Come on, you know you want to. Get up there. Get up there. Get up there. Get up there. That's it. That's it. Nice 1 minute close above. Ooh, it's a nice close. Let's see if we can survive this. It'll be the 5 we've got to survive, really. So we need a 5 close away from entry. Can we get some flies? Because remember, this would be the 4. Look at the 4 now. Yeah, this would be the 4. And we know the 4 from here can absolutely drive all the way back up. Where were we at? You got this one comes all the way to 1997. You got another one here comes all the way again to 1997. Goes even further. Another one here all the way up to 1996. So if we can just avoid this bottom wick on the new 5, so new 5 now. If we can avoid this bottom wick. Oh, the 1 minute close bearish there. That means that this 1 minute's probably going to come back down. No top wick, mind. Can we avoid this bottom wick? Can we pump, 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 pump? Because the range on the 5 now technically is 1993. Yes, I know we had take partial move to break even at 1992 because this is going off a 4 hour. The 4 hour can tap this, then flip to the downside. That's why I've had to use this. Right, but the 5 minute range is technically 1993. It's just a case of whether we can avoid this bottom wick for this 5 to flip, because you've had a lovely 5 minute close now. Just means we might come back down. We've not broke above this man of support, so it means we could come back down to tap before coming back up. At a 1 minute bearish close, it's a sign of coming back down. I didn't get much profit at all there, like. I only took 50. Yeah, it's not much, guys. It's because where we're at the minute, it's the only thing we could grab, really. Because remember, you've got to understand, everything's still bearish, right? This is a counter trend trade. We're basically saying that, okay, we think the 4 hours going to flip to the upside. We think the 4 hours going to close bullish. That's what we're saying. Yeah? And the reason we think that, because of previous data shows that it can do from this area, but it hasn't done it yet. Do you know what I mean? So it is a counter trend trade, which are a lot more riskier. And then we've took a breakout, again, which is more riskier than winbacks. But we understand price. We understand price. We know we can counter trend trade because we understand price. We know how price works. We know it needs to break highs, not to break lows. So our stops could have been, really, you shouldn't be breaking this level, really, without breaking these highs. I don't think price can do it. Because if it was going to do it, why didn't it do on these ones? Why didn't it pull back just around these areas? You've got more liquidity for me. Why isn't it gone now? Well, it's coming up for a reason. It hasn't turned here for a reason, because it's coming to break these highs, get all this money. This 5's flipped to the upside and we're still in. Come on. Can this 5 drive though? So here's the thing now, guys, right? The 5's looking really nice, but it's an hour close in 6 minutes. So we've got 2 5-minute candles left, so we really need this hour to drive. Now, if this hour can close above 1993, fantastic, right? The pullback shouldn't be that much. It's definitely going to avoid us, I would think. But if it doesn't and closes around here, then we're likely going to get a pullback on the hour, which will likely tap us out and then go. So it's all on this hour and the next 2 5-minute candles. So we really need these 5's to drive if possible. That's it. Go on. Get up there. That's nice. Can we push past the wick and just pop up? Nice big pop. Or pump. I am probably going to take some more partial at 1993, guys, if I can. Because of the new hour. If the hour doesn't break above, I might even close full. Okay. Oh, wait there. 5 got no top wick there. Oh, okay, okay. Can we pop up? Oh, that's probably telling us that the hour's not going to close above. Therefore, if this hour, this 5, tell you what I'm going to do. No, I'm not. If we pop to 1993, probably going to close full. Unless the hour can really reach up. Because if it does pop up there, it's like, bloody get up there. Go on, son. Okay, I'm going to move stops to the low of this 5. This 5 flips. Stop loss. Okay, I'm going to take some more partial as well. I've took more partial and I've moved my stops to the low of this 5. So if this 5 does flip now, I'm done. Okay. Now if this hour can close above, if it closes respecting, you're likely going to get a bottom wick. To be honest, what you can do as well, because you've took more partial, you could probably move your stops back and try and avoid the bottom wick and just set your TP at maybe 1995. That's what I might do actually. That's 1995. Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to do that. So I've actually, because price is probably going to want to get this bottom wick for it. So I've actually moved my stops back down, guys, because I've took more partial. If you haven't took more partial, maybe move your stops, trail your stops on the 5. But I do like how this hour's pushing. Because remember, what is this? What can the 4 hours do? It's going to want to break these highs. Being above here, you got to be careful because it might just want to break the high to come back down. Okay, it's more likely it's going to come up to at least 1995 before coming back down, right? But it could, because it's broke the highs now, it could reject from here. The 4 could still flip to the downside. But if this hour can close like this, you might avoid a bottom wick and drive straight through. That'd be perfect. Perfect. So if you get a close above 1993. Okay, guys, if you're watching on YouTube, drop us a like, subscribe to the channel, please. Subscribe to the channel. I hope you've learned something. You should have all had some profit if you took this trade with us. Yeah. Thank you very much. Jump into the Discord as well. It's free. Just lets you know when I'm on, basically, in the mornings. But yeah, so that's another trade really added to the stats. So let's change this. We're now on 31 wins, 2 break evens and 2 controlled small losses on, or part losses, shall we say. So we're doing pretty good on stream. Morning Vic, how are you doing? Looking beautiful. Yeah, we've had a lovely trade. It was do you know what? It's been great educational for everyone today, Vic, because we took a counter trend trade, but we'd explained the whole reason why we took it. So I'm hoping I've made sense to people, that they've realised why we've took a counter trend trade. Because we were looking at buys when we were heavily bearish here, and I bet you people were thinking, are you an idiot? I bet that's what people are thinking, are you an idiot looking for buys from here? Oh, really? I've got a beautiful face, haven't I? The only thing what lets me down is me height and me teeth. Me teeth and me height. If If I had decent teeth and I was a foot taller, I'd be like a god. You know what I mean? How tall are you, Dan?
5'11".
5'11"? You selfish bugger.
How tall are you?
5'6".
I need that, man.
I'm only little. Look at this. Look at this pump, guys. Look at this pump. Get up there. Get up there. What?
Dropping.
Yeah, it's got no bottom wick on the 5, so... No bottom wick on the 5, so what does that mean? So we've had an hour close now. It's close respecting. So if we can just avoid a bottom wick, let's see if it can drive. We will see. Because you think as well, you got to understand, it's other people trying to catch us out here. Smart people trying to take our money. Even the breakout people here are not getting in because it hasn't broke above. However, they know that. They know people use breakout methods. So what they've done is close respecting for the next one to then drive straight through. That sometimes happens as well. Okay. So what I'm saying is, just because it's close respecting doesn't mean it's going to respect this area and come back down. Yeah, it could be a little trap where it's just that's what it's expecting people to do, to sell from here because it's close respecting, and then it still carries on. I'm not saying it's going to do that either. It might come back down. We don't know. But our stops are safe. We're risk free. I've took a lot out of the trade, so I'm happy to leave stops where they are. If we get stopped now, we get stopped now. I will be taking more at 1995. I'll probably close full at 995. So if we can just avoid this bottom wick of the hour. Come on! Tell it, Dan. Oh, you're not bothered, are you? Not in?
No.
Because we know that obviously the higher time frames have to tap 1992, and it's quite a decision making area here. Whether the 4 is going to flip here back to the downside, or whether the 4 is going to drive. Because remember, from this area, two things happen. It either drives down after creating a top wick, or it drives up and closes bullish from this level. It's quite a decision making level. Now, we had it in our heads that we needed to break the highs in order to get down to our daily target in 1982. That's why we were looking for the buys instead of the sells. So can we just avoid this bottom wick? So what was this trade then? This was a counter trend. Why did we take it? Because we knew we had to break the highs. That was it mainly. Didn't even do that. I'm still in. I'm still in. Can this 15 flip? If you look at the 15s, if the 15s close respecting, you do tend to come back down. You do tend to come back down to 1991. So, hopefully, with the momentum, we don't come back that far and this does flip. But if this 15 closes bearish, then we're likely to come down at least 1991. So you're probably going to get stopped at that spot, that point. So if we don't get stopped on this 15, and the new 15 opens up, gives us a top wick, we could just move stops to the low of that 15, because if it does flip, it's going to come down anyway and stop us, so you might as well grab some more pips. Oh, close. No, it's not 5-6 with heels on, Vic. It's 5-6 naked. 5-6 stood naked. Yeah. And then, when I wear my boots and that, you know, puts a couple of inches on. You know what I mean? Puts a couple of inches on. Oh, this 5's opened up, no bottom wick. So does that mean this 5's going to flip and drive down? Potentially. Ooh. Are you writing this script here, Dan?
Huh?
Are we going to pull back up here? This 5? Are we going to pull back?
93 and then wing back sell all the way back down to.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at.
Well, to be honest, that wing back sell we had at 1992, you'd be risk free now. Yeah, I'm not looking at it now because obviously I'm in a trade and I'm, you know, this will be me done. Yeah, but originally, if you think about it, we did have these wing back sells, didn't we, from 1992, was it? Yeah, 1992 level. So you would be in profit now. Oh, this 5's likely going to stop us, guys. My spread is not very nice. Ooh, is it driving? I know, Vic. What's a few inches, eh? What's a few inches?
Everything.
Yeah, everything. It's the daily open price here, yeah. Straight back, isn't it? So I'm just, if we can just avoid this, see if we can come out the other side. Come on, get up. Flip. Nice flip. So we watch on the 3. Let's have a look at the 3. Ooh, 3 was bullish. Got a bottom wick. No top wick on this 3. Ooh, can this 3 flip? We've created a bottom wick for these 2 3s now. Can this 3 flip to the upside? What's the ones? Oh, we broke the lows on the 1. What's this one going to do? Are we going to close nest play on the 1? Therefore, we should still be coming back down. If we can get a 1 minute close back above here, fantastic. Oh, can we? Can we? This might just create a top wick for this one and then pull back. Ooh, we got a bullish close on the 1. You still haven't closed back above yet on 1992. No bottom wick. Is this one going to flip to the downside? This 5's really struggling to drive down though, guys. Could this be the turn? Could this be the turn? Could we be free? Look at that one push there. Woo! See you later. Like a rocket. This is my rocket, by the way. It's nothing else. Okay. Okay. There you go. There you go, guys. Swoosh. Swoosh.
Not very aerodynamic.
Look at it go now. So is this the... now if we look at the hour, look what the hour looks like. It's done its bottom wick. Can this hour flip? And because you've got a nice, decent bottom wick, can this hour flip and drive? Can we drive? We literally... How close were we to stops there? About 2 pips. 2 pips to stops. What do we want to see? So if we get a 15 close, or even a 5 close would do it, I would think. Oh no, not a 5. 15 ideally. Oh Vic, I need a bird emoji for people. So instead of putting a W in the chat, they're going to put a bird in there, like a crow. Could you make me one, please? It's like, it's all you want me for, Peter. It's all you want me for. You don't even like me. You just want me for all the technical stuff. No, I don't. That's not true, Vic. It's not true. It's not true at all.
Everybody loves a tech queen.
Yeah. Oh, no bottom wick on a 5. But we've avoided this. If we come back down now to break the lows, you could move stops below you, because if you break this, you're definitely going to hit stops. But you shouldn't really. You shouldn't be coming back down. What a second, guys. See if we can pop them ranges. Well, we've got a little bottom wick now on the 5. But we haven't broke above yet. It's like it's look at that, man. That looks lovely. Look at that 15. We just need a 15 bullish close, really. It doesn't really make a difference. As long as it's bullish, it means the next 15 is likely going to push through. We could really fly here, guys. We could really fly, because remember, this is the 4, and the 4 can come all the way up to 1995 at least. But tends to push to 1997. So if we can avoid these bottom wicks, which I think we've done it on the hour now, I can't see why this hour... The only reason why this hour might not drive is because this didn't break above. Okay. However, I've seen it time before where it doesn't break above and it still drives. So I can actually see it really driving. So as long as it's 15, we need to see 15 breakout above 1993, and then we should be good to go. In 1 minute 15. Let's have a look, actually. Even when the 15 doesn't break above, the next 15 tends to fly through. So does that mean we just need a bullish 15 close, and then we should go? Potentially. 50, yeah, look, 15. Oh, you get a pullback there, though. 15. As long as we get a bullish 15 close. What's this here? Gotta be careful of this. What's this? Have we tapped this area here? Yeah, look, 15 close. It doesn't even need to break above, really. We just need a bullish close on the 15, which is happening in 30 seconds. Bullish close 15, we should start making our way up. Literally, as I said that, I was watching the 5 flipped to the downside. It's like it was listening to me. Because if we get a bearish 15 close, it means we're likely going to have to come back down, break the low of this wick in order to come down. So, I mean, I haven't got much left on the trade, really. I could just leave it and see. But, so we've had a 15 close there. Yeah, because look, we're probably going to get this. 15 close bearish. New 15 just powers straight back down. But if this comes up, gives us a top wick, I might move stops to the low. What's the 5 looking? Yeah, it's probably going to break the lows. Because if this 5 flips now, it's likely going to drive back down. 15, 30. 30 hasn't finished yet. Got another 15 minutes for the 30. Do we wait for the 30 before we start moving stops? Can we break the highs on this 5 again? Come on, get up there. Get up there. I'm going to move my stops to the low of this, guys, and I'll probably call after that. I've got my stops here, guys. Because if this 5 flips, it's likely going to flip and drive back down. Likely. You've got a 30 close in a bit as well, so... sorry, 15 close. 15's probably going to give a bottom wick. You just need a 15 close above. Is this 15 going to close above? Because if you leave stops, does this 15 need to break the lows? If it can't drive above, it's going to have to come and break the lows, but you're not going to know that unless this 15 close drives down. So if this 15 doesn't drive up, that means it's going to flip and drive down. That means you know it's going to have to break the lows, so it's going to stop you out anyway. So it's sort of one of them. I've got my stops there. If it stops me out, it stops me out. But hopefully this 15 can just close above. That's then the 30 closing above. That means the hour should be coming to break the highs, and if this hour can pop past this wick, we should get a nice big pop up. Okay, but that's as long as this 15 doesn't flip. If this 15 flips to the downside, it's probably and closes bearish, you're probably going to come and break the lows, which is likely going to stop you out anyway. So you can see what I'm doing here. I'm sort of trying to grab everything I can out of the trade. Everything I can. We've brought the highs again on the 5 here. Can we drive? Can we drive? Can we just get a 5 close above? Now this might be one of them. It might stop us out and then fly up. Okay. Tell you what, my stops are going to be just below this 5. Might, if it does create a little bottom wick, it might just miss us. Come on the 5. There's a male chicken as an alternative if there's no bed. Let's go with the cock. Yeah, Drift Lounge. Hello, mate. Yeah, it's an eagle, that one though, isn't it? Have you seen the picture of a crow attacking an eagle? You seen it?
The video of like a couple of them going into it.
Yeah, but the eagle doesn't give a shit.
Oh,
All it does is just flies so high where the crow can't fly, and then obviously the crow has to drop off.
Little bugger's crows, man.
What? Yeah, no. I do like the cock one. We might have to, guys. Everyone, drop a cock in the chat. I'm on about a chicken.
Specify.
Yeah, I'm on about a chicken, not a penis. An actual cock. 5 close in 20 seconds. So what might happen now is a 5 might come down, create a bottom wick for this, and then flip to go. But you're probably going to get a pullback on the 30 anyway. So we will see. So it's up to you what you do with your stops. I've got mine there. Here's this 5. It's a nice close though. We still haven't broke above though. That's the only issue for me.
It's struggling.
Yeah. Oh, I might get stopped here. 20 past 11. That's... As long as it's 15, doesn't flip. That's not a cock, Mickey. I'm about the bed. What day are we on? Wednesday. Oh, the 5's done a bottom wick and flipped. Yeah, it has got a bit of swagger about it, hasn't it? We'd have to just put a chicken then. Is a chicken, is it? Or is a hen that? I don't know what the difference is with that one. Can't really tell. I think it's a hen, isn't it? Anyways, I'm off to do some work and catch some pippies. Good luck. Are you trading this afternoon? I might jump on and watch us. Well, I've got to get the massage to the swan drift. I like it. I like it. Yeah. There must be a way you can make some emojis and ask YouTube to put them on there. Just want a crow. I've got to get the massage table out today, don't I, Tanya? No. Massage table. Here we go, guys. Is this us pulling back down now? We've got a bottom wick on the 5 now. Okay, so really, if price wants to drive up, it can do, because all the boxes are ticked. But do we need to come back down in order to drive further up? We're not driving. If we're going to drive, it's probably going to be the next 30-minute candle. So as long as this 5 can just stay above here and not stop us out, can the next 30 drive up? Again, if you've got stops where they are, not a problem. You should be safe. I've got my stops there though. I do feel if price needs to come back down, then it's likely going to have to break this low in order to drive. If we still struggle here, right, and price starts coming back down, it's probably going to break this low, so you're going to get stopped anyway. That's why this is going to be the first sign of price breaking the low, needing to break the lows. So that's why my stops are there, and I'm trying to squeeze everything I can out of the trade. It's not about the money I'm making. If you think about it, I'm not thinking, yeah, but if I wait and leave it to come up to here, I'm going to make loads of money. I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about just what can I squeeze out of the trade at the time. I'm protecting my capital, what I've got. Come on the 5, push back up. This 5 can close respecting this little minus support, the new 5. The 15 looks like it's going to flip, doesn't it? Still another 5-minute candle for this 15. Ooh, well, like if we get a 5 close like this, we're likely. Yeah, I'm stopped, guys. I'm out. There you go. Let's see if it does come back down. I'm out, guys. Fantastic trading today. It's to be honest, it was a perfect session, really. As in, you should have learned quite a lot today. Definitely an educational session, just because of the counter trend and knowing what price does. Now, I know for a fact people will be thinking you're crazy taking buys coming back up, but we know that price, in order to drive to a certain area, has to have fuel. It's like a car. It's got to have fuel, and it pushed so much, it's got to refuel, it's got to come back. In order to do it, it's going to want to break the highs. And that's what we got in. We were close on getting on this 5 down here. That would have been lovely if we got this 5. You probably wouldn't have been stopped either. You wouldn't have. You would have had flies all the way up. But look, there you go, guys. Exactly what I said. What did I say? So you would be stopped now. You would be stopped at break even. So like I said, if you break this, you're then likely going to come and break this. So you might as well move your stops here. Look what's happened. Exactly what I've said. Okay, and that's because that's just what price shows me. That's what price is telling me. Okay, so I'm probably done, guys. Any questions before I go? I hope you've all grabbed some pips. Or if you haven't grabbed pips, I hope you've learned something. If you're watching on YouTube, drop us a like, subscribe to the channel, jump into the Discord, and I'll be back on tomorrow. So any questions before I go? No. Lovely jubbly. Right, I'll catch Dan. Just wait on Discord a minute, Dan. Yeah. Wait on Discord a minute. Right, guys, I'll see you all later. Have a good day. See you later.